All right, guys. You guys want to blow up your back? Saw I blow my back up. You want a mass building back workout? Try this. You want bulging lats? You want Tyrannosaurus traps? You guys want lats like Dorian Yates with half the work and half fucking genetics? You want to figure out how to not work hard, get big? You want this is the shortcut channel. Watch your, Jesus. You almost took yourself out right there. You'd have been sidelined. No videos for Mike. An unfortunate weight room accident. Yeah. Speaking of obsolete bullshit machines, there's a whole bunch of people creating machines and a whole bunch of people selling machines that have no idea like whether the machine is good or not or whether it's effective. So I see half the guys that are selling fucking equipment or fucking pushing equipment, they don't even know how to work out. They literally don't even know how to fucking work out. They have no fucking clue like what the fuck they're talking about. They have no experience in the gym whatsoever. And it's just like, yeah, this machine's great for your quads. Well, is it? Because why don't you use it, dude? You never worked out. I just feel like the guys they have designing machines nowadays there's been like great improvements, but there hasn't been like the guys that are actually selling the machines and like getting it in gyms, like they're not really seeing like the benefits. Like they're telling you, oh, this is new and improved and look how well it is. Like especially like this whole converging press idea. Like it's fine. I like the ones that are good. I like the ones that like there's a slight convergence. I don't need this whole idea that you need the handles to touch. I'm gonna do chest today, so I'll fucking go off on that. But the whole idea that you need like the handles to come to here, like guys, if you think that the handles are supposed to come to there on a chest press, it's nothing to do with like how your chest is actually flexing. If my hands come in, they come in. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't need to, I don't need to get to the point for this to work. It's like, you're not understanding like biomechanics, you're not understanding bodybuilding, like you're just understanding range of motion and like where things should go and where things should start, where they start and where they stop, right? The industry is just based on dumbing things down for people, and technology is facilitating that by like making things so easy. I gotta get my water bottle. Hold on. I don't even know what I was saying. I'm just trying to dumb down things with technology and like improvements of machines, and it's a blessing and a curse because it's not making people realize that they need to learn how to move efficiently so that the machine that is developed better can be used properly. It's just like, oh, I just used the machine that's new, so it just makes me better at what I do, right? We're gonna do chest today though. I'm gonna do it. No one else is with me, so I don't know why I said we. We're not gonna do shit. You never helped me with any reps. You haven't lifted a single weight for me, ever. If this microphone doesn't move, when you do this, you're not working chest. So I should get louder here, quieter here. Start my chest. To me, this is a decline press. I know it's a straight press, but I feel like the true, like I could even put this seat up, right? Like I could do this at an even higher, even taller above the handles, and I could get even more squeeze. So this is like, anyone looking on would think this is a decline press, right? But it's advertised as just a chest press. But the thing is, you manipulate the machine the way you want it. If I was to sit at the bottom and do this chest press, it would feel horrible. These handles are way too far apart. So if I'm down here where it's at my like chest level, like this would feel absolute dog shit. Like I can't do anything here, right? So you gotta find machines like Life Fitness is great. Everyone's great. They all got machines that are fucked up, right? But it's like they just didn't think it through. It's like, think of it as like tracks, as like songs on an album that you love. There's like 3 or 4 songs you love, and there's like 13 you could not give a shit about. It's like that with equipment. So that's how you should literally view equipment. But yeah, I would start things on this decline kind of press, especially for me now that I'm kind of coming back off this shoulder surgery. I'm getting a lot more comfortable with pressing. My strength is still not like anything crazy. My stability is getting a lot better, and my movement's getting a lot better, and like getting less pain or soreness doing certain things. But it's also not my goal to press all this weight. I want to press relative to like something that keeps me at least building some muscle or retaining some muscle, right? So this is also a good press for people who have shoulder issues in general, to get us out of this whole positioning of like shoulder strain and like driving off stuff and creating this feeling where we're always rolling over that we talk about. The more presses we can get into this position where like even here, like when I sit, I've already retracted my shoulders down. My traps are up because I'm so high above the handle, but my tension is down in my lat here and my elbow. So I'm pushing pressure down onto my elbows and lats, and I can rock off here. So now I have stability in my hands and lats and my triceps, and I can just rock up through. So I can decide where, if my hands are too narrow, I open them up a bit, slide. Wherever this shoulder sits back, but my elbow is the lead. So I push out here, I pull elbows down, and they settle to a spot. I rock up. And rock up. When I get to here, my first motion is up and out. So I want to retract my neck, tuck my chin back, and then let the weight fall into me, almost catch it, and rock up through and squeeze. So you're taking, it seems like there would be more strain on your shoulder because of this low pressure, but we're not fighting for depth. I'm not trying to get the bar to go back or the handle to go back as far as I can, so that I'm like rolling like this when I push things. I'm setting where I can hold the weight with stability. I'm just pushing out of that line, right? So again, that wouldn't be full range of motion, but it is full range of tension, right? So that's what's more important here, and it always will be. We will always fart. We will never ROM. Or F-O-R, F-R-O-M. From. All from, no from, all fart. I never thought about that. It's an interesting little thing there. Gonna get crazy and do 70 pounds. Hold on to your hats. As for people asking me, what would I start, why would I start, or what would I and why would I start my chest press with what I do with a fly or a press or my chest workout? It's like, it doesn't matter, guys. Like, whatever connects with you the best, whatever you feel the most, especially if you're working around issues of like impingements or injuries or rehabbing stuff. It's just like, find the movements that feel the best to you and build up strength in those movements, and the other movements that come along, the other movements that are available to you will eventually just unfold and be able to be done, because you're going to build up strength in those other movements that accommodates the new movement, right? So when I first did my shoulder, I couldn't barely do any presses. I couldn't do any flies either, really. Now my presses are getting a lot better. My flies are kind of lagging behind, but there's a reason why later I'll do my flies, and I'll show you a different angle for doing flies than just your standard like standing up, coming over, right? There's a lot of stuff, there's a lot more advantage to a lot of guys, especially guys with overdeveloped shoulders, to walk out with a cable and have your cable scoop up, as opposed to you guys always coming over. It's like, you don't need any more strain on your fucking front delt. You don't need any more like mass up top of you just mashing around weight. It's time to learn how to like rise up through things and squeeze, right? And that angle can change. We'll show it after, but right now we're doing this exciting maneuver, so you're gonna have to wait. You have to wait till the end of the video. It's a fucking teaser. There's also a general rule of thumb. When something gets harder on a press, so say this press is getting harder now because I'm getting deeper in reps, I don't want to just rock back a bit and push. I want to really feel like I'm pushing back. So when I drive up, I'm forcing that weight back into the bench. So the more weight I put back into the bench here, the longer I can push out, and the less stress I have on the actual handle. So if I'm leaning back and getting up the way I should here and I'm up and I'm driving, the weight is lighter here now because I am locked down on everything. But if I don't keep this lean back going and only push to here, if I don't push and drive, that's where a lot of guys are missing. They're literally missing that portion of their lift. They don't do it. So they get to this bouncing point, this point that they perceive to be their point of tension, and that's all they got. If you ask them to push any further, their arm literally does not work. It will not go past that line. It'll be like, if we do it, I'll do it later just to explain it. If I'm here and they're driving out here and they're getting these full reps, like extension through palm, shoulders going back, and then all of a sudden they go tell them to keep pushing through and it's getting heavier, or even at the start of the set for some guys, it's this. There's never any ability from here to push through because they think that from here the push out is just arms when it's really pushing back, right? So if I feel a weight getting heavier and I'm getting to that sticking point, I need to think that I'm doing this more than I'm going, oh, I want to fall. I want to keep pushing weight back into the bench and leaning and pushing this thing out, right? That's where a lot of guys and girls make that mistake. And they're like, oh, my shoulders hurt. It's like, yeah, because you've never actually done a full press in your entire life. Like you've never actually locked out a press or felt your chest contract, right? So I hate to break this to everybody. I don't want to burst anyone's fucking bubble here. All presses are the fucking same. All of them. There is no difference. This press will not make my chest better than that press. Will not make my press better than a dumbbell press or this prime press. A press is a press. How you move the weight is what matters, right? So all these guys, I don't have this stuff in my gym. I'm limited in my gym equipment. You have some type of chest press machine. I'll tell you that fucking much. Unless you're like, I don't know, some unfortunate soul. Yeah, even those guys will fucking, they've seen videos of dudes rigging up machines that are like better than fucking commercial gym equipment. It's ropes and pulleys. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like every chest press is the same as every chest press. The chest press is a chest press. The angles change, the handles change, everything like that, right? So don't get too caught up on like, oh, I need to do this press or this press won't work. It's like you can work with anything you have. And like we said before, that decline press or that chest press is more of a decline press. This is going to be kind of seem the same, but this path of this bar is like that one was converging, so there's a major difference. This is not converging at all. This is as straight as it gets. There is no movement on that bar path whatsoever. It is down and out. So if I keep pushing and this could keep going, it's going to arc right to the ground. It's a rocking press, so it rocks in and it rocks out. So it literally comes down, drops down into you where your shoulders should settle, and you roll out over top to this over press, right? So that's the main difference. So if you look at that chest press and you look at this press and think they're the same, you might want to take a fucking test to see if you're retarded. Get back to us with the results in the comments. Yeah, I was retarded, turns out. Turns out I am. Turns out my IQ is severely low. What's clinically known as retarded. Yeah. Anyway. So here it's the same idea. Every press setup's going to be the same. I'm going to lock down into lats instead of elbows. Over there, I'm tucking in my elbows to pull. I'm still tucking in my elbows to pull here, but what I'm thinking on this now when I pull is I'm not trying to tuck elbows in. I'm trying to retract shoulder and elbow at the same time. So when I come down here, I catch and I throw. So I'm trying, hand is releasing, hand is holding, elbow is releasing. It's not tucking into me so that I fall forward. I'm trying to stay up as elevated as I can and lock into my lat and mid-back and then slide my elbows deep enough to let my shoulders retract and then rock up through. So I don't need to get here and go and all this shit. I just need to stay on my line that I create. So this is a barbell imitation. You're just missing the pieces here. I'm trying to come down and tap like I would a barbell, expand chest to barbell, maybe get a little more depth and then rock off. So I'm keeping constant tension on my chest the whole time. but I'm locking back shoulders and traps and delts and everything back here and then firing. So I'm still rising up through, but I'm falling back more and elevating. So I'm elevating sternum. I'm not trying to get above my press. I'm not trying to do like this, get up above. I'm trying to stay up tall and rise as I press, right? Nuances, they're the key. Superset for a super guy. Are you fucking serious? What if when it's up there? Like when it goes higher than my voice level? I don't know where to put it. Whatever. I'll just put it really low on my chest. This is a different press. We're doing another press. It's been press, press, press so far. For anyone's keeping track. Check it off. Bullet shots. Press, press, press. The hardest thing about this prime press, or any press like it, as you can see, it's just like this press we just did, it's arcing. So this is arcing back that way. It's moving like that. If it kept going, it would just fall back over the other side. So it's, when we're pressing up and back. That's why I'm lifting my body. So when I'm setting under here, if I'm setting under the bar like I was, when I go to push, I'm moving up with the weight. So I'm moving up this way and driving up that way. But I obviously can't extend there. The handles are here, they're not there. So I push and I'm here. And I'm locked out. But I have to get my chest up and moving before I press, or this handle's gonna end up here, above my head, right? If I did a straight press and I didn't move up with it and keep my lats engaged, I would just go, and the bar would go over my shoulders. Like literally, it would just go straight up. And it would look like you're doing like a fucking super deep, like super high press off your chest, right? So the idea is just like, you're gonna feel this thing settle there. Again, I don't need this to rotate so far down that my shoulders rock down. I just hold on this level plane of tension across my chest, which is where my shoulders set and where my sternum lifts up. So this is as deep as I need to go. All you guys that think you need to go deeper, one, you have no sternum lift, two, you don't have your shoulders back enough. So if I'm able to get my shoulders back enough, I'm here. If I'm able to get my sternum up, I'm here. I put my hands up, that's my depth. I wouldn't do this, all this and then go and try and get my hands like beside me. They are where they are based on the thickness or density of my body, right? It's another reason why I'm saying like, you don't have to be, the bigger you get as an individual, the more muscular you get. Full range of motion will always be the key, but it will be drastically different on a visual perspective to someone else who's smaller. It will not look the same. It will probably look as smooth, but it will look like the range of motion is drastically reduced on the bigger individual, because if they're doing it right and they're pressing efficiently and they're moving efficiently, it's not going to take as much. And there's also not as much distance to travel because there's a lot more mass in the way. There's a lot more elevation, like my thickness from my outside of my chest to my back, this thickness of my body, this side view of my body is a lot thicker than most people's, especially your average guy who's 210 pounds. I have a lot more density in my sternum and my ribcage area than you do. I don't need to go that deep, dude. You're only this big. You can go all the way back to here. Like, do you know what I mean? The idea is to create, we said before, create that projection through lifting where I have this like elevated rib cage, this full rib cage. So even when I am a smaller guy, not that you're small if you're 220, but you're still like getting this idea of like I'm projecting my chest. When I stand, my chest is visible. I'm not like, it's like I saw pictures of guys getting ready for shows coming up, and these guys look great. I'm a fan of some of them too. Like, not that I'm not knocking them, but like everyone's like, oh, they look bigger. They took a year off. They took 2 years off. It's been so long as a show. Like, it looks like he's put on a lot of size. And I'm looking right at their chest and I'm like, but they forgot to train that. So like, don't get me wrong. Hitting most musculars like this and like flaring lats and holding here and crunching down, Chest isn't going to be a massive display on that. We're pushing more shoulder forward, but you can see the density of a chest. It should have some striations. I should be able to squeeze across pecs and hold this position with these shoulders forward. But you just see shoulders and you see flaccid. You see like this. Like that hard if you pushed on it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you have a big chest and you do that same pose, I can grab my chest here and I can push it forward. So I can feel my chest grab and then I can push my shoulders forward and I can see this density of my chest. These guys, man, it's just arms and shoulders. It's arms and shoulders all fucking day. So it's like, and then when you lift up your front double, guess what? Fucking charcuterie board. Flat as a pancake. That charcuterie board comment was for Ian. I know he loves them. It's because he's a refined guy. I only hang out with classy people. You know what I mean?
Classy.
He's got a refined palate, refined gentleman. And he's 41%. You guys and girls will know you're pressing right when you feel a lat pump. If I feel my lats engage when I press and I feel like after I get up I'm fuller in my lats and I'm almost got like I said, a lat pump, like I'm aware of where my lats are right now, that means that you're contracting properly and you're pressing properly. If your back's fucking dead as a fucking doorknob, shoulders, bud. My weight on presses, especially laying down presses, like where I'm laying on a bench like that, that's been the last thing that's come back, I shouldn't come back because it isn't back. Coming back is this position of laying down on my shoulder. I still have issues with like rotating this arm, like this elbow outward. I don't have as much range yet. It's coming back, but I literally can't fling right now. So flaring on presses where I'm over top of stuff, I can compensate because I can get my elbow on a line that's powerful enough to shrug. But when I'm down here underneath, the elbow, when the weight gets a little too much, it's like the elbow really shows its like inability to like lock in this open position. It's not pain, it's just like literally an inability to hold, to like, it's like almost numbness, like I can't feel it, right? So, but it's gotten better over time, whereas on here I can roll back into traps and I can set into this position. This elbow position is no problem for me, being flared here, right? So I can pull the same as the other side and get more rest. Because I have more leverage over top of the press, I can drive up above it, so my elbow doesn't have this like deep bend to do on the way back. It's kind of like tucking back, setting in. But my connection to my chest is like light years better than it's ever been. Big set, everyone back up.
Who wants to spot me?
Spot? All right. It's okay, I got it. I don't need this one. This is only 405. Make sure you don't get too close. Animal.
Wow.
Animal. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk some shit too. Where did I put my fucking phone now? I'm 280 now. Did you know that?
I would have guessed that.
What? No, you wouldn't have.
It's 280.
Yeah, just in case anyone's wondering, because we know you're watching.
280?
We know you're watching out there, don't we? Huh? Scale, waiting, hiding from me at expos. Some pussy behavior, man. Film him from 20 feet away, but don't go up to him. Soft as shit. Soft as fucking baby shit, boys. I want to do a walk for you guys. Watching this video, watching this clip. Everybody watching who comments on this on Instagram, I want you to tell me whose walk this is. Okay? So imagine I just came around the corner. That's it. Tell me whose walk that is.
Okay.
Leave it in the comments below.
Okay,
The first person to guess right, I'll send them a Wicked shirt. I get to choose though, you don't get to choose. Let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away. Yeah, keep it in the XL range, okay? Blade is the, you know the movie Blade with Wesley Snipes?
Who?
Wesley Snipes, the movie Blade.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass, cut that out. Don't embarrass yourself like that. So yeah, I know who it is.
I know who it is. Yeah.
He plays a vampire.
Sure.
He's a superhero.
Sure.
Holy shit. Anyway, he's a daywalker in that, right?
Okay.
Because he's a vampire that can go out in daylight.
Okay.
And Paul is gonna have his own movie called The Weird Walker. It's gonna be like Paul like Blade holding his fucking knife. I'm gonna get someone to make that. Oh, it's amazing. It's even fucking heavier now. It's heavier up there. What's up with this fucking machine?
But you wanted it. You wanted it.
Okay, let's do flies. Fly time. It's the only way to grow your chest. All you fucking rookies out there. Flies are death. Do you ever know? I shouldn't say that. Do you ever notice how the people that do the one arm Nautilus row, like leaning over and like fucking just jerking themselves in there? Yeah, that's what they do. They fucking lean this thing over and then they're like fucking humping it. You ever notice that those guys have no back? I know I've said that before, but I saw it today.
You saw it?
These two individuals lacked a back of any kind. Massive traps, like big rhomboids. Pretty decent arms, but like back, like, as non-existent as my dad who walked out on us, you know what I mean? He didn't walk out on us. That's a joke. An absentee father. Yeah, so everyone's seen us set over the fucking, I gotta fucking explain it again. Walk out, drive over here. Right now I have an issue with that because I can't get my elbow to do that. It goes forward pretty good, goes all these directions pretty well. But for some reason my stupid elbow won't do it yet. So that being the case, it's not a negative thing, and it's actually something that could help most guys. As you can see, this is not at the lowest rung. So a lot of guys would do this and be scooping the fucking weight off the ground. You'll see them walk out and they'll scoop up and throw here and grab. You still want to have an angle of like, what is this, 30 degrees off my body. I still want to feel this pull where my shoulders can be retracted. I don't want to feel like this, like I'm a fucking ski jumper. I don't want to feel this. I want to feel open so that I can feel this outer pec grabbing. I can feel this arm open and I can create tension with my elbow. So I want to be able to do this scooping the same as I scoop here, same when I hit shots, the same when I come over here. I want to feel the scooping but coming up through the scoop. So I want to grab with my hand goes loose, my hand swings, and I scoop up through the handle with this like cracked arm. It's not my goal to keep my arm straight or to bend it too much. It's just framed here with this hand. So even when I let out the hands and I reach here, my only goal here when I start off is to find enough tension to walk out where I don't feel like I'm like too far, I'm being yanked. I want to feel kind of stable in my spot, and I want to roll these shoulders back and chest up. So I've retracted my shoulders, tucked in my scapula, and I'm holding here flat. So I can lean here all day. I'm not off balance, I'm in the middle of the weight. So when I go to move here, I can let my hand relax and arm go straight, and I can scoop as I throw. So I can drive up and in, up and in. So I'm trying to grab pec down here with hand and scoop up as I go. My hand's loose the whole time, so the handle rotates literally to my fingers. I roll up through. So I'm not trying to keep this tight thing here and go and manhandle these things. I want this loose here so that I can grab. And then relax, grab. I want to get these shoulders back to where they were. I want to rise chest and throw up through. I want to roll up through, relax. So when they're back here, my weight is towards you. I rise up tall, I stand. So everything's loose back here. There's no flexing of my arm. When I go to pull the movement, I simply roll up into hand and then relax down as I go. So I'm the tightest at the top. I'm relaxing as I go down, letting it sit in hand, right? So the whole idea is we still want to get front delt. It's not like we want to ignore front delt and like pec tie in, but I want to just come up through and keep understanding this feeling of elevating through things. So yes, you could start with this. If you're someone that has a problem elevating sternum, you could really work on doing that here, getting this abdomen to empty out and get tall, throw that rib cage, you could warm up with this. For guys like me, I understand my movement, so I don't need to do that. I use this more as a finisher because I'm still weak in my front delt area because this is where my incision was. So this is where they literally cut me open and I have a fucking scar this long, right? So the muscles around there, nerves around there are still waking up even after all this time. They're still not like 100%, right? So if I'm coming up through this angle and I can gain more strength here, and this elbow understands this rotation of like being able to turn a little bit, being relaxed, then I can get back to being over top, rocking through here. And now I have the ability to do all these different ranges through my chest. I think honestly, this angle would be more beneficial for most guys who are huge because you could even tick this up to like 8, whatever the next level is on your machine, and you could almost have it horizontal. Like guys doing cables, they've done it before. I could almost even be here, and I could sweep here. So I could do the same thing. It's not a matter of like one angle is better than the other, and you need to do this at a 45 and this and this and this. It's like wherever you feel like you have the most power and control and shoulder retraction, I can be here. I can also get to the point where I don't even need to be up anymore and I can be here and sweep through. So whatever I'm trying to do, I can do. I don't need this. If you're one of these guys who's over postured, really rolled back shoulders, you want to get more meat of chest, I want to relax through and slide through more pec, I can slide right into pec. So I'm hitting an imaginary line in front of me, squeezing. It's the same as the most muscular that I'm hitting here on stage. The same thing I would do, I'm just throwing through it, up through. So I'm feeling the pull on the pec and squeezing through. That's all my job is. Like I said, it can be any angle you want that's low. Find the angle that works for you and just keep moving on it. Fuck with shit here and there, go up and down an angle. Feel like you grab more areas of the chest. Maybe you can lift more rib cage. You can feel more lower pec driving up through. Because that stuff, like just even those little angle changes will be like a massive difference than you guys doing specific machines for specific parts of your chest. This fucking thing can hit every angle of your chest. Granted, like the weight is not going to be the whole stack, but why the fuck would it be? Why in the world would you want to fly the entire stack? How fucking strong are you that you can control that entire stack and be like God bless you if you can do that, but like you don't need to. It's gonna get heavy as fuck if you get even 7 weights down. Do you know what I mean? Like, I got 10 minutes and I gotta get a burrito. The clock is ticking.
Burrito time.
Yeah. I got a meal with me today too. I got a meal with me. A prepared meal. I pre-made the meal. That's for after the burrito.
Wait, you're gonna eat a meal and then eat a burrito?
I'm gonna eat listen. I'm gonna eat the burrito now. And then later I'm gonna eat the food I brought. No, they're just meals because I'm a bodybuilder.
No,
I'm a fucking bodybuilder.
Dinner and then snack.
I have 3 dinners. I'm not kidding you. I eat the last 3 meals I eat a day are what I would consider meals. I eat them an hour apart.
What time is that?
Say I box and I get home around like 7:38. Between then and like 10 p.m. I'll smash 3 meals. But all healthy. That's why I'm 280 and fucking shredded. Photo shoot coming soon. Can you imagine I did a photo? We got I actually had to announce it here. Like the first week of April, maybe April 1st or in that week somewhere, we're going to be launching Wyck crop tops.
Only if you can model them.
I'm really launching them. So it's gonna launch soon. The link's gonna come up soon. You guys, I've really changed my tune about crop tops. I love them, so I'm gonna make one. Stay tuned. In the world in general lately, people are like not really talking about. But when you're in my position, dealing with companies and dealing with like running a business and stuff like that, your goal in business should always be to like, if you had to choose, your goal should be to under promise and over deliver. Like don't extend yourself too much, especially when you're like not sure if you can do all that. Be honest with people, and then you find like 90% of people out there who are just over promising and under delivering on a regular basis. Like they're gonna fucking they'll sell you that they're the best fucking thing ever. Could be an individual, could be a company, could be like anything. It could be like you're looking for someone to do social media for you. Oh, I got this graphic and this graphic, I got this camera, I could do all this stuff. And then like you see the final product and you're like, bro, what were you talking about? Like you're so bad at this. It's not even fucking funny. Like you honey dicked the fuck out of me. Like honey dicked. Like you teased me, you know what I mean? And you're just like, you had no people like one pretending to be bigger than they are, pretending to be busier than they are, people pretending to be like more experienced than they are. And like they almost come across as like cocky, like they're arrogant about their skills. And then they shit the bed so bad that you're like, oh, no wonder why like when I went to see you or I interacted with you, there was really no one around. Like there was no like people. There was no like, you weren't busy. I was able to make an appointment with you at any time. You know why that is? It's like a tattoo artist. If a tattoo artist can take you that day, don't go to that tattoo artist. He should be booked up for months. You know what I mean? Same is true for business. Like anyone who's worth a grain of salt and who's worth what they say, they're gonna be busy. And their time will be valuable to them, and like you'll have to understand that, right? So just be wary of the over-promisers and under-deliverers of the world. Top secret. You can only use this. It's only available to those of us who are 250 and above. Actually, let's drop it to. We'll drop it to 240 so we can include Fuad.
That's nice. That is nice.
Fucking getting close to the cutoff, though. I'll tell you that much. So, if you're a meathead like me, and you're hot everywhere you go, and this gift is courtesy of Fuad, so that's why I mentioned him. He got me this amazing gift for Christmas that is a meathead hack for all guys who out there sweat too much. And it's this. I don't know if you can hear that.
It's a fan, isn't it?
A fan. Oh, hold on. Shit.
The microphone's going to hear it.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's coming out the top. It's coming out the sides. Looks like you're just fucking wearing headphones or something.
That's the meathead hack right there. Cookie needs that.
I don't even know where he got it, but
Wow.
I'm going to come out with wicked versions. Just going to put a W on there. Flexible neck. In case you got a fat fucking head.
That's great for like the plane.
Meathead hacks.
Wow.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
There you go.
One lucky winner. Enter now.